Beverly and I are going to her family's home in Connecticut for Thanksgiving. She's driving, and we are having for the upteenth time the conversation about children. We hadn't talked much about them during the first few years of marriage because of the war. But now the topic was coming back up with a throbbing regularity. I gave the usual rebuttals. Our work schedules. Is it really such a good idea to have children in Hollywood? Yada, yada, yada. But the simple fact of the matter is, I didn't want to be a father. But I didn't want to tell Beverly that because I was scared she'd leave. It was the first time I'd ever been scared of losing her. Anyway, we get to her parents' house. Her mother gives me a big hug. Her father gives me the side eye like I'm about to make off with the silver. And then I meet her sisters, Clara, Chloe, Margaret, Louise, and Elizabeth. And all their children. I would say there was about 30 of them, about 6 per sister. Ages ranged from 6 months to 12 years. We were surrounded by tiny little people. It was like being back on the Munchkin set of The Wizard of Oz, minus the cigar smoke and inappropriate groping. And they imprinted on Beverly like baby ducks. She played with them. She told them stories. They told her stories. She had 3 separate tea parties with 3 separate sets of stuffed animals. It was all very adorable, until you noticed that Beverly's right eye was starting to twitch. The next day, I'm in the living room, and I'm telling the husbands the story of how I saved John Huston from an angry French ambassador he had cuckolded, which is another story for another time, when suddenly Beverly came in and pulled me aside. "We need to leave now," she said in a high-pitched voice, with a look on her face like a character from an H.P. Lovecraft story who had just seen some unspeakable horror. "Mom just fed the kids some snickerdoodles, and now it's turning into Saturday night at Lionel Barrymore's. 2 of the kids are playing tug-of-war with the cat. One of the kids has a broom and is trying to sweep a baby into the corner. And the oldest boy just said I look like Murder Loy while holding a banana in a way that a banana should not be held in mixed company. We need to leave now," she said, grabbing my shirt and not an insignificant amount of skin. And so, being the dutiful husband, I immediately started faking chest pains. Now, Beverly's father was a doctor and he offered to assist, but Beverly insisted on driving me to the hospital. As we got in the car, one of the little girls cried out in a voice that would make Shirley Temple sound like a middle-aged streetwalker, "Come back, Aunt Beverly, we love you!" She hit the gas like we were being chased by the revenuers. Later, at a roadside diner, where we had a Thanksgiving dinner of burgers and fries, she finally looked at me and said, "You know, we could just get a dog." That's when I knew my marriage was safe. We ended up with 2, a pair of Cocker Spaniels named Nick and Nora. They were the best dogs in the world, and they were with us throughout the 50s. When we came home, they would jump into our arms, and then we'd all plop down on the couch, lying on each other's laps. One big happy family.